What is going on, you guys? Today we are coming at you with my week 2 rankings. Yes, this video usually comes out Sunday or Monday, but because of the Clemson game and the LSU game, we had to push it back to Tuesday. Well, now it's Wednesday, but it's recorded on Tuesday. So let's just get straight into it. Number 25, we give me UCLA. They got a solid win against Coastal Carolina last weekend, and that they can build off of that and really improve in the upcoming season. And this is actually really similar to the AP poll that came out. So I'm not even mad at the new AP poll might be one of the best ever. I'm not even gonna lie to you, except for the fact that they still have Clemson in it, but whatever. Clemson's not in here, as you can see. Clemson's terrible. Next up, we have Texas A&M. They got a 42-point win against New Mexico State Lobos. New Mexico Lobos, whatever. However you say it. The mascot of the team or whatever. 42-point win, so give me that. They can build off of that and go and beat the Hurricanes in Miami next week. Next up, we got Tulane. They got a big win against South Alabama. A lot less competition than most people would have thought. Won by 20. They play Ole Miss this coming week, so that'll be tough for them, but we'll see how that plays out. Next up, you got the Duke Blue Devils. We all know they beat the hell out of Clemson. Clemson's terrible. It's kind of embarrassing. Dabo Swinney's terrible. They all thought it was DJ Ugabadoogie, but it wasn't DJ Ugabadoogie. It was Dabo Swinney, who doesn't use the transfer portal. So, I hate the transfer portal, but if I was a coach, you still have to use it. You gotta adapt, you know what I'm saying? He didn't adapt. Next up, we have Wisconsin. They got a good win against Buffalo. And I think they could build on that. I actually don't see them losing a game until they play Ohio State. And then next up, you got Coach Prime and the Buffaloes. Neon Deion getting a big, huge win at TCU. And I see them building on that win. And they're going to go beat on Nebraska next week. Ole Miss, they killed Mercer. It's my name. They killed him. So, yeah. So, they were around there last week. A few changes happened. So, yeah, Ole Miss at 19. Solid. Next up, we have South Carolina. Last week, they were at 9. They suffered a pretty tough loss to the UNC Tar Heels. I wouldn't drop them completely out of the rankings, but if they they lose to Georgia, they're probably going to be out of these rankings. Next up, so enjoy your last week, South Carolina. Next up, I have 2 more weeks. Next up, we got Notre Dame. Notre Dame killed Tennessee Tech. Clearly, they'll stay. Same with OU. OU dropped 73 on an FCS team. Just ingenuous as hell, but, whatever. 15, LSU, you got absolutely murdered by Florida State. LSU's terrible. 15. K-State, they were more respectful to the FCS teams. Sumo, whoever the hell you played. Southern Missouri. Yeah. And you know who wasn't generous to the FCS teams? Oregon. They beat the crap out of Portland State 81-7. They had their mascot doing 1,000 push-ups out there, man. It's crazy. UNC, they beat the hell out of South Carolina. Texas beat Rice, so that's a good win. Keep them up there. They're gonna fall when they listed them by 30 this week, but that's all good. The Utah Utes, they beat the hell out of Florida. So, yep, that's a nice spot for them. Penn State, they beat the hell out of West Virginia. Great spot for them. And then you got Ohio State. Can barely even put up 21 points against Indiana. I mean, what's that about? You got Marvin Harrison on your team. You should put up 40 points every game. I don't know what that was all about. But their defense looked pretty good. The offense looked absolutely pitiful. I didn't watch the entire game because I was at the Georgia game, but had a buddy who he had it on his phone. He's a big Buckeyes guy, so we were watching it when we got into the stadium, waiting for the game to start. So next up we have Washington. They beat the crap out of Boise. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it was, but apparently not. So yeah, there's that. USC dropped 70 on Nevada, so yeah, you'll stay there. And then Florida State, we already talked about. They beat those frauds from Baton Rouge. LSU's terrible. Florida State could actually make the college football playoffs this year. Next up, we got Tennessee. They beat the hell out of the Virginia Cavs. So yeah, I like them at 4 right now. Michigan, they only beat ECU by 27. And again, Harbaugh's not playing. They did a little tribute. That was bogus. Let's do a tribute for a guy. He ain't even dead. They acting like he dead, bro. He just suspended. But yeah, Alabama, they beat the hell out of Middle Tennessee, and Georgia beat the hell out of UT Martin. So they're just going to stay where they're at. Neither of those top 3 teams, or top 4 teams, did anything wrong to go down a spot. So that's one reason why Florida State is not in the top 4. Because I don't see where all these top 4 teams didn't do a thing wrong to lose their spot. Alrighty, that's it for this week 2 top 25. Hope you all enjoy the matchups on the upcoming week. You got my game predictions coming Friday night, because there are no top 25. My top 25 games on Friday or Thursday. So I hope you all have a good one. Peace.